Have you ever gone looking for a home security system before, but been deterred by the price? Me too. That's why I developed PieProtect.
PieProtect is an all-in-one system that includes integrated peripherals.
PieProtect is not a simple alarm system, as it also takes video, audio, and photos of the intruder and sends you an automatic email alert. This helps you know immediately when your house is breached.
Here's an example of the PieProtect console while running. Once the alarm's been activated, it will take the video and send you an alert email, including first the photo of the individual, and then a 15-second long video. Home security is a large concern for many Americans, as evidenced by the fact that we spent $20.64 billion on home security systems in the year 2011, according to U.S. News. There are many companies that offer solutions for home security, however they're quite expensive. They'll offer installation specials as low as $99, but startup costs for the equipment can run between $600 to $1,200. After that, you're stuck paying a monthly fee between $15 to $100 with an average price of $30. This means that simply for the first year of home security services, you'll easily pay over $1,000. This led me to thinking, why not a do-it-yourself solution? So I began looking around the community for suitable do-it-yourself solutions to home security. Unfortunately, many of the pre-made solutions were far too expensive. Here's a do-it-yourself home solution that's an IP camera disguised as an outdoor plug.
Although this is a neat system and would be useful, it doesn't quite meet the needs that I was looking for, as it gives no kind of alerting and it doesn't really secure anything so much as provide constant monitoring.
Here's another example of a homemade security system that features a motion sensor and buzzer.
While this system does a good job at securing the premises and does provide some alerting, its only alerting is available to you when you're inside the home and is used to scare off the intruder.
This system features a more advanced motion detection system and a buzzer.
This system has a more refined system for monitoring motion. However, it still only buzzes to scare off the intruder or alert you if you're inside the home.
This solution includes a more eye-catching buzzer and lighting system and also a keypad for disarming.
This is another do-it-yourself solution that provides an alert system for people inside the home and helps to scare off the intruder, and this one has a keypad for disarming. However, it still lacks the necessary features to fully secure the home in the way that I desire.
This system includes a variety of motion detectors both inside the home and out. It also tracks door motion and windows.
This system is far more advanced and offers more features such as door motion sensors and window sensors, and allows the individual the opportunity to turn the doors on while keeping the motion detectors inside the home off. However, this system still does not allow an individual to be alerted outside of the home if someone intrudes, nor does it provide any kind of identification system. This is where PieProtect really stands out, because it offers the features of a traditional expensive security system, however is in the do-it-yourself realm. This means it's widely available to any individuals who would like to use it. The source code is licensed under the MIT open source license, making it available to anyone free of charge. PieProtect offers the features of passive infrared motion detection system, video recording, still shot images, radio frequency identification system for disarming, status indicator lights, simple button press arm system, as well as immediate email alerting that includes photo and video of the intruder. There's no other system that I have found that competes both in features and cost, as PieProtect costs approximately $115 to make, with yearly electricity costs of about $3.
The first thing I had to do was decide what platform to build my security system on. I decided on the Raspberry Pi Model B because it's small, open source, and easy to extend using the GPIO pins. The GPIO pins are ideal because they allow the Raspberry Pi to interact directly with other electronic circuits through code. This allowed me to look at a variety of electrical peripherals that could be integrated into my system so that I could begin the process of developing my schematic design. Now I needed to create a wiring schematic for all of my peripherals. This way I could ensure that the GPIO pin layout would be adequate. I also needed to lay out a logic model and develop some pseudocode to ensure that my program will flow as desired. I also needed to decide what language I would use for development. I settled on Python as it's relatively simple and has a great GPIO API available in GitHub. Before I could start any actual programming, I had to wire in all my peripherals so that I could test them periodically while coding. Unfortunately, this took me a long time as I have no previous electrical experience. Fortunately, I was able to overcome this through a lot of research and asking some questions of people that I work with who happen to be electronic technicians. As a means of managing my source code, I decided to use Bitbucket Code Repository, as they have free repositories available for groups of 5 or fewer. This allowed me to use versioning control on my source code to prevent any major failures, as well as providing me a free means for distribution of my source code.
One of the major difficulties that I faced in trying to create PyProtect was that I had no previous knowledge of Linux-based systems. This meant that there was a sharp learning curve trying to figure out how to integrate everything and make sure that it works on the Linux platform. Furthermore, there was a lot I had to do with all of the system settings in order to ensure that the program functioned correctly. Because of this, extensive documentation was a must if I wanted anyone to be able to replicate my system. So ironically, the documentation ended up being one of the most difficult parts, as I had to create a step-by-step guide, not only in the installation of my PyProtect system, but also the download and setup of APIs required to run my system correctly. I'm going to go over a few things really quick and show you the PyProtect write function for setting up the RFID scan. So let me navigate first to the project folder. Alright, now I'm going to open it and show you the contents. So this is what you would be downloading from the website when you download PyProtect, minus the videos of me. So I'm going to go ahead and run the PyProtect write function, which will allow me to scan my RFID card and write a special code to it that will then be saved in a log file to be challenged against. Now all of these instructions are given in the setup section of my website. So if you follow along step by step, it'll walk you through how to set up your RFID scanner and set up the card codes and everything. And then scan the card. It will read to me what the previous values were, and then right here is where it wrote the new values. Now if you look at the card code log, it shows you all the previous cards and the current card with the timestamp so that you can keep track of all of them. And then if you look at the current code.txt file, that contains the code that is currently written to the card, and this is the file that will be challenged against whenever the read function is called from PyProtect. So if the alarm is activated and it starts searching for a card, it will challenge whatever card is scanned against this card. And if no card is scanned, it automatically goes into the alarm function. Here's the log file that just shows all of the activity on the PyProtect, when it was armed, when it was disarmed, and by whom. Here's an example of my video code. In this section I had to write an MP4 wrapper because Python automatically records video in .h.264 format, which is not universal or viewable on mobile devices easily. This is the read function of PyProtect. This is the function that will read the RFID codes and compare them to the log file to ensure that a valid user is disarming the system. This function was really tricky to make because the RFID reads in as electrical serial data and needed a function to convert it to usable data. That's enough about the source code for now. If you'd like to see the rest of it, please go to my website and download it, as it's all free. Now I'm going to provide you a little demo of the functionality of PyProtect. We're running it from the terminal line right now. However, this can be automated through changing the initialization files. Here you can see the alarm display light come on. After the button press, the console acknowledges that the system is armed, and the red indicator light turns on. It then begins sensing for motion. Once motion is detected, it begins the sequence of looking for an RFID card. If the RFID card is scanned and is valid, it disarms the system and displays the green indicator light again. If the system is disarmed, one simply needs to press the arm button again to rearm the system. If a card is not detected within the allotted time, then the alarm sequence activates. If a card is scanned and the code is not valid, then the alarm sequence also activates. Once the alarm system starts, PiProtect automatically takes a quick photo and then begins recording video. Once the video is finished, it attaches this to an email and immediately sends an automated email alert. If the alarm sequence completes, it'll wait 30 seconds and then rearm itself. That way, being triggered one time won't stop the system from securing the home for the rest of the day. As you can see here, PiProtect is in the process of sending the email. Once it's completed, I'll show you the example email. As you can see, it has a personalized subject line that is in all caps to get your attention. The email contains both a message to you to let you know there's an intruder in your home and the photo and video taken of the intruder. Here's an example of the photo. And now here's the video. PiProtect is the cat's pajamas, and so are you. Some of the potential drawbacks of my system include the fact that it is not wired into an uninterruptible power source. This can be changed, however, as an individual can simply wire it into one of these sources. Another potential issue is that internet access is required for the sending of video. However, even if internet access is not present, it will still record the video, save it, and log the incident. Originally, I designed the system to begin a live video stream to a WebSocket after the alarm sequence is activated. However, this proved to be too labor-intensive on the Raspberry Pi unit and created difficulties because of dynamic IP switching. There were ways around this, however, it still consumed all of the Pi's resources and would lock out any other programs from running. So I wanted to make my program more lightweight, yet still provide alerting. Probably the biggest drawback of my system is that it requires at least moderate technical knowledge to assemble. I tried to offset this with my documentation, but the bottom line is, if you're not interested in technology and have no tech savvy, it'll be difficult to make, even following the instructions. As certain things such as soldering are skills acquired over time. Aside from these drawbacks, one of the greatest things about PiProtect is its ability to be expanded upon. Because I intentionally didn't consume all of the GPIO pins, an individual can add additional sensors, wire it together with additional Raspberry Pi units, or add something like a buzzer if they should want. After looking at various examples of different do-it-yourself home security systems and different traditional security systems, I believe PiProtect provides a great alternative to individuals who don't want to pay a lot for a home security system, but would like it to have a lot of features. After all, it's hard to beat a home security system with RFID scanning, photo and video with night vision lens, and immediate email alerting that includes the video. This is Ian Tyler on PiProtect, and thank you for watching.